Hello guys, this is Rain Sound and I want to welcome you back. So today we are going to talk about my review on Lost Judgment. Now that we finished the game, I want to talk about what I feel like about the game for those that are insecure or rather to buy or like to buy or not the game. So and I want to discuss this in three different main topics, which are the gameplay, the graphics, and the story. Now I'm gonna leave the story for the last so you guys can avoid some spoilers on the beginning of the video. So because when I talk about the story there are going to be some spoilers, so let me get you the heads up in case it comes to that. So this game first appeared on PS4 before the PS5 made its appearance, and then it got a remaster update for the PS5 version. So if you decide to buy the game, remember that both are included on purchase. So I mean, this video's game is developed by Ryoga Gotoku. I think it was pronounced right, and it was published by the Sega, launching it on for console in 2021, I think, and hitting the remaster version on 2022 with the PC version as well. So first of all, if you are a massive fan of the Yakuza series, including the beginning of our detective and main character Yagami with Judge Eyes, you should definitely try this game. On I mean, it has a lot of excellent improvements, like on the movements, on the gameplay, on the story, and of course the characterization as well. So not to mention there is a lot of side cases, lots of mini games and hidden puzzles, like for you to discover as well. Okay, so to begin with the gameplay, let me tell you, this game is absolutely fun to play. The fight combat can be similar to the Yakuza series and even to the Judge Eyes, but it has improved in so many different ways, like the quantity of the skills and different combos you can achieve, even when using your X abilities, with the I don't know if it is X or EX abilities with the partners that are sometimes they accompany you, like Kaito or maybe Sugiura sometimes, to do your main cases, and how you have to work to get to the best skills as well makes it much worth the adventure. So the movement of the character is going pretty smooth. The interaction with the map, like how you can just enter to many different restaurants and how you can get different stores, to buy different materials, of course, food, and always the extra amount of things that you can just buy is really good, and how many different mini games you get to play is just very awesome. Of course, one of those mini games that are available are golf, casinos, darts, mahjong, drone racing, and not to mention that you get to even be on the Sega arcade and play those classic games like Sonic, the Fighters and Fantasy Zone, even the Yokohama 99. You get to play the Master System, where there is even the games like the Penguin Land and the Secret Commando. I mean, there's so many still mini games that I don't even mention, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna be having a lot of fun with those mini games. So now on the other side, let me talk about the graphics. The graphics are just pretty clean. They have a good clean frames. Of course, you have of course you are playing the old series console. You might have a slice of difference on the graphics and the frames, but it is still quite good to see. The only big changing difference is actually the loading speed, between the old console series and the new ones is just amazing on the speed of the loading speed that it just gives. And personally, when you are out there exploring Kamurocho or maybe the new place of Yokohama, you can tell that there are still good graphics and the effects, and it feel with of course with all the effects. And like you're actually in Japan, yes, of course, not all the NPC graphics faces are perfect, or there can be a little bit of bugs, or is there like in there, but nothing that actually ruins your gameplay and the graphics experience. Okay, now moving on with the last segment in the story, which is the most important part. If you don't want to get some small spoilers, you better skip this part. If you saw the series of the Judge Eyes or even the Yakuza series, you know how Ryoga Gotoku likes to be good and dramatic with their stories. So yeah, I know some of them are not good, but or the plot twist that sometimes they give is rather weird or unnecessary. But in Lost Judgment, has been really good and have like a lot of great improvement. It is very dramatic and it gets to even shock you on parts where you thought, were obvious, but in the results are way too different, which for me personally, I like it. In the main storyline, it contains at least like 13 chapters. That's what I saw in the in my series that you can see. So in total are like 13 chapters and around 42 side quests, maybe, and even 10 school side stories, each one being different, but at the same time is linked to a great final part, so involving each club of the Zero High School. Remember, this is just another case different and does not mess around with your main story features, but in order to see the story without having to stop during the sequence of the school cases, the school case on the main story, I do suggest to finish first the main story, because and go then after that on the serial high side case quest after, because sometimes some club stories will tell you that you need to move on the main story in order to keep going with the club side stories. But anyways, that is up to you, of course. So those clubs are that I mentioned are like the Mystery Research Club, the Yagami is in there, of course, the Dance Club, the Robotics Club, the Boxing Club, the Biker Gang, I think, the Photography Club, there's a Skaters Club kind of thing, there's even like a Esports Club, and something related with the casinos and the girls bar. So I mean, there's still so many things. So also there is some bonus parts when you are buying the DLC content, such as having like the cute Shiba puppies around, the spice puppies, I think, and some new gadgets as well, like having a side story, but as well in an extra. But I don't know, I never tried it all of them. But they do give a lot of things as a good experience, and you are playing on this side story with Kaito, I think, as a main character. I think I've heard a lot of good reviews about this one, and the best part of this too is that you get to have your own romance story, and you get to pick which girl you want to pursue on this romance during the stay with Yagami as well. So, and I like a game where it can give you that kind of like options around. It's pretty much amazing. So if you're not familiar or do not like to play a game where there is more cinematic cutscenes and involves a lot of conversation, then it might not be the kind of game for you. But I do recommend you to give it a try, as it can be even when when you're like watching like a series or a movie, but with a smooth gameplay, resolving and matching the pieces by yourself. So that is that for now, guys. That was my review. I think that it's just a really good game, and I do want to know what do you think about it. Let me know in the comments on which chapter did you like the most, or who's your favorite character, and also what club story did you enjoy the most on playing, if you did play the Zero High School side quest. And as always, it's a pleasure to be with you, and please do support me by subscribing and giving a like on the video, and also ringing the bell, so I can keep updating you on keep updating you on my game reviews. So I hope that you have a good day and enjoy your time with your loved ones. So I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.